Good evening. Tonight's tale is The Candle That Wouldn't Die. In the heart of a forgotten town, where shadows danced with secrets, stood an abandoned chapel. Within its crumbling walls, a single candle stubbornly refused to die, its flame flickering with an eerie, persistent glow. This was the beacon that called to Gothic, the shadow walker, a guardian of souls adrift between worlds. Gothic felt the pull, a gentle whisper of anguish carried on the wind. She entered the chapel, her footsteps silent on the decaying stone floor, drawn toward the source of the eternal flame. The candle sat on a crumbling altar, its light casting dancing shadows across the walls, revealing faded frescoes and forgotten prayers. Beside the candle stood Elias, a spectral figure tethered to the mortal realm by the burning flame. His translucent form flickered with the light, a prisoner of his own unresolved past. Gothic approached him, her presence a gentle promise of solace. "Why do you linger here, Elias?" Gothic asked, her voice soft as a whisper. He turned to her, his spectral eyes filled with a longing that transcended the veil between worlds. "I cannot remember," he replied, his voice a mere echo. Gothic delved into Elias's fragmented memories, navigating the labyrinth of his past. She saw glimpses of a life filled with love, loss, and a tragic accident that stole his future. The candle flickered wildly as she pieced together his story. Elias had been a young architect, full of dreams and promise, when a reckless driver cut his life short. His spirit, unwilling to accept his fate, remained tethered to the chapel, the site of his last project. The candle was a symbol of his unfinished work. Gothic understood. She helped Elias visualize his completed project, guiding him through the mental reconstruction of the chapel. As he imagined its restored beauty, the candle flame began to flicker less erratically. Brick by brick, stone by stone, Elias rebuilt the chapel in his mind. Gothic supported him, lending her strength and focus. Slowly, the weight of his unfinished business began to lift, freeing him from his earthly tether. As the last stone was placed in his mental edifice, Elias began to glow with a soft, radiant light. His spectral form became less transparent, more substantial. A sense of peace washed over him, replacing his former torment. "Thank you, Gothic," Elias said, his voice now clear and resonant. "I am finally free." He turned towards the light, ready to move on to the next chapter of his existence. The candle on the altar flickered once more, then extinguished, its purpose fulfilled. The chapel was silent once more, but no longer haunted. Gothic smiled, knowing that she had brought peace to another lost soul. She turned and walked out of the chapel, ready to continue her vigil, a guardian of the shadows, forever watching over those who needed her help.